Welcome to Sporting News Audio. My name is David A. Arnott, sitting here with Ryan Fagan, and we're about halfway through the Major League Baseball season. There have been some things that have gone according to plan for some teams. For instance, the Yankees are good. But there are some things that have been fairly surprising, and we're here to talk about some of that process. Probably the most surprising team, I would say, off the top of my head, looking at the standings, would be the San Diego Padres. Now, how many games ahead are they in right now in the NL West?
They're 3 games ahead of both the Rockies and the Dodgers. I think 5 ahead of the Giants. So, they're not only maintaining, sticking around, but they've actually built their lead in the last week or two.
So what has been their process as to get here? I mean, like some teams just want to hit the ball out of the park. That's obviously not the Padres. What are they doing right that has gotten them to this point?
Well, their pitching is amazing, and specifically their bullpen. Their bullpen has been, clearly the best bullpen in baseball this year. You look at their top 5 or 6 guys, and they all 6 of them have either an ERA under 2 or a WHIP under 1. So what they're doing is they're doing a great job. And if the Padres get the lead into the 6th inning, they've got a pretty good job or a pretty good chance of taking care of that. Then they've gotten pretty good contributions from their starters. A young kid like Matt Latos coming in, and he's 9-4 with a 2.6 ERA, 2.62 ERA, a WHIP under 1. I mean, he has been fantastic. He really he's a tall right-hander. He really blitzed through the minor leagues last year, pitched well when given a chance in the majors, and really has established himself as one of the best pitchers in the National League right now.
I feel like at this point, even casual baseball fans know about Clayton Richard. They know about Matt Latos. But like you said, the bullpen has been especially amazing. Luke Gregerson, this is the 2nd year in a row he's been amazing. Edward Mujica, is that how I pronounce his name?
Yes.
He's been great. They've gotten to the point where it's not just the fantasy people that are paying attention to them.
Right. Well, because when you look at the Padres' offense, so many times in baseball, when we think about the good teams, the dominant teams, we think about the Yankees. We think about the Red Sox. We think about the Phillies, teams that just have mashers up and down the lineup. But there's more than one way to win a baseball game. And the Padres are showing there's more than one way to win baseball games consistently. They've got, not only are these relievers pitching well, but they're strikeout pitchers too. A lot of them are averaging. The top 4 of them are averaging more than a strikeout per inning. So they're doing a great job of missing bats, and I think that's been the key. When they do let guys on, they're doing a good job of shutting them down and leaving runners stranded.
Now, a team that was a popular dark horse candidate in the National League, has actually delivered this year, and that's the Cincinnati Reds. How are they going about it, doing it? Because, as I recall, they've had 4 rookie starting pitchers already this year. They're definitely not doing it the same way that the Padres are.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. The Reds are a team that, the Padres are so good pitching-wise because, they've tried to build their team to fit their ballpark. They really did. Petco is a spacious park, and they wanted to make sure they had the pitchers that could take advantage of that. Well, the Cincinnati Reds ballpark, Great American Ballpark there, is a very definite hitter's park, and the Reds have the type of lineup that can do that. I'm looking at the stats here. They've got 6 guys already this year that have double-digit home runs. Joey Votto, who everybody heard his name over the last week or so because of the All-Star snub, has 21 home runs. A big thing for them, too, has been Scott Rowland's ability to stay healthy. I don't think anybody ever doubted his ability to contribute when he's on the field. The problem is in the past 5 or 6 years, he's had trouble staying on the field. With this year, he's played 77 games. He's right up there with the team leaders and plate appearances and all these things. And Johnny Gomes is a guy who's come through and become a consistent run producer. Even hitting 280, which for Johnny Gomes is like hitting 320 for some people. So he's done a good job. Jay Bruce has bounced back from a real bad year. A rookie kid, and Drew Stubbs has had a pretty good year too with 11 homers and 16 stolen bases. They've gotten good pitching, but the Reds have done a good job of delivering on the offensive side of the ball.
Switching over to the American League, are there any players or teams off the top of your head that just kind of jump out as being, wow, that was something that I didn't see coming at all? Maybe someone who you didn't even read anyone talking about them as doing as well as they're doing now.
Well, I think actually the one story that kind of sticks out to me in the American League is the White Sox, because they were a team that people had expectations for.